all have connected. We might know each other, but is there anyone who wants to introduce themselves, can unmute and speak up? Hi, Digvijay. Facing some audio issues. So let me introduce myself. I'm Pragya Maheshwari, and as Anshum had halfly introduced herself, so with due respect of Anshum, I would like to explain who Anshum is. So Anshum is the one who has started this initiative called Nitaya, and the initiative was basically for for the people to practice their communication skills, and it's an open platform where anyone can initiate a meeting, start a discussion. Initially, the timings was at 7 p.m. We usually discuss on any random topic, an open platform to discuss any topic beyond any kind of uh, theme line that you can't speak out religion, politics, sex. You can speak anything of your choice. You can give your opinions and ideas. We kept it for long for regular days, but somehow I think just because we all got busy in some or the other stuffs in our life and getting all the benefits from Nitaya, we started implementing it. So today we all have come back again, and it's not about coming back or coming. So it's a homecoming, but still I would appreciate every member, whosoever is here, that utilize this platform as much as you can, because Anshum is the founder and everything, but she is the most humble founder who gives you the authority to use her platform as and when, wherever you require. So that's something amazing about Anshum, and that's what I never liked her saying about herself, because she miss out many things. So I have given the whole introduction of who Anshum is. Now, coming to myself, I am Pragya Maheshwari. I am a chartered accountant by profession, and I'm a Toastmaster as well, and is and will always be associated with Nataya. And I'm very thankful to this platform, which has given me the opportunity to learn hosting skills, to learn discussions, how to handle discussions, how to speak on different topics, and again, giving me a platform to even showcase my professional skills and practice these. So thank you so much, Anshum, and thank you to this beautiful platform. And a special thanks to Digvijay, who is always ready to help and support as and when required, and always extremely supportive. And every people in Nitaya are very supportive. So over to others for their introductions. Then we'll begin the session at 9:10. Meanwhile, you all can share your introductions. Digvijay, still you are not able to solve the voice issues. So can we move to Bhiku, if I'm pronouncing it right? Oh, you can hear, but you can't. We can't hear you. That's a new AI technology you are using. Okay. So anyone else wants to, will appreciate if you unmute yourself and speak about your name at least, or from where you are. Okay. So let's start the budget session. So basically, what is budget? For us, there are people coming up with technology got this much, defense got this much amount, this industry got this much, this industry got this much, or this department, railways got this, finance got this, infrastructure got this amount, and everything is coming up, this trillion billion crores of rupees to allocate it to this particular segment and everything. I appreciate if we read all those things. But as an individual, whenever a news comes in, the idea comes to me is, what is it for me? What should I do? Or what is it for me? What should I understand and what not? Because there are so much data coming up. The budget is all about the whole country, the whole nation, how it works. So, in a simple term, layman language, if we understand what is budget. So, budget is kind of, if you work for your own family, you look after your family and plan it how you have income, you have expenses, you know how much inflow is coming, how much outflow you'll do. So, if predicting those things, if in advance, planning out how you will move forward in your household expenses and allocating it into different segments, that this much will go to grocery, this much for education, this much for this much for recreation, this much for health. In the similar way, the way we plan our household activities and household expenses, in the same way, the Indian government plan its budget. They plan how much they are going to earn revenue from taxes, from different things, and how much they are going to allocate it into different departments, whether it's health, infrastructure, and everything. The way you prioritize your expenses in your way, in your necessity, the same way they plan it. For you, maybe travel is your third priority. So allocate the last one. Maybe helping your friend is your first priority, so you plan out giving loans to someone as your first priority. Maybe your household expenses is your first priority, but your child's education is your second priority, depending on your income and your expenses. You plan your sequence and allocate the amounts. Might be you are earning 1 lakh, you can spend the whole amount into education, but you don't. You allocate it into groceries, health, education, infrastructure. If you want to develop something, repair, maintenance of your house, you want to have a vehicle or something, you allocate it accordingly. In similar lines, we as an individual always feel, why this less amount is allocated to technology, why this much amount is allocated to this. But consider you yourself planning your house budget. Will you allocate whole of your salary to the health and not to the groceries, or not for your recreation? In the similar lines, the budget is prepared for the country. And in similar lines, we need to understand the budget. And it's not necessary that you need to understand the whole things. You need to just get the crisp out of it, what actually matters to you. And the best part is, not be fooled by the media. And that's why this whole campaigning of 12 lakh, 12 lakh is equals to zero tax is going on. Not 12 lakh zero tax, 12 lakh zero tax, 12 lakh zero tax. So first we need to understand from when this budget will be applicable, or whatever the income tax comes in, So what will happen? This current financial year that is going on 24-25, these all benefits will not be applicable to you guys. So in this year, you have to pay the whole tax, whether it's 12 lakh, whether it's 11 lakh, or any income above 7 lakhs, which was the earlier provision. So this year, it's all about the past year's income, because this year, this budget will be applicable for next financial year, on which you will file the return in the next to next financial year. So first we need to understand the clarity, because what will happen the moment in May you got your form 16, if you are a salaried person or if you are running a business, you get an income and you call your chartered accountant, how dare I get the taxation? Anshum has told me, or I have read from newspaper, not to Anshum. If I give an example, I read in newspaper, everybody was saying 12 lakh zero tax, 12 lakh zero tax. I'm earning 10 lakh. How am I supposed to pay the tax? My dear friends, remember one thing, that this will be applicable from the next financial year. So from next financial year, go for understanding of your income and considering it to this slabs. Now, the concept of, so I hope it's clear. If anybody has any doubts, please pin in, because this is a 40-minute session. It will automatically get out. We'll arrange a new link or something, but might be your question gets missed. So as in when you have a question, you can drop into the chat or unmute yourself. It's better to unmute. So this is how these budgets and these income tax works. Coming specifically for the income tax part, that is 12 lakh no tax, 12 lakh no tax. So it's not about 12 lakh no tax. It's about if you're earning to your whole income is still 12 lakh, under 12 lakh, then there is no tax to be paid. But if your income is 12 lakh 500, then you have to pay the tax from 4 lakh to 12 lakh 500 rupees. You have slabs. Now, what are the slabs? To easily remember, if you remember the 4 table and 5 table, you will remember the income tax slabs. So 0 to 4, 0. 4 to 8, there is 5. 8 to 12, then there are 5 to the 10. इस तरह से slabs है. In this way, there is slabs. So for 12 lakh 500 rupees, you have to pay for the tax from 4 lakh to 12 lakh and then 12 lakh and above. Once you cross 12 lakh 1 rupee, you are supposed to pay the tax. So that's one thing to be clear. Now, suppose if you're earning 24 lakh, you can't assume that 12 lakh is no tax, then 12 lakh, I have to only pay for 12 lakh, remaining 12 lakh. No, you are supposed to pay for 20 lakhs, 0 to 24. Now, 0 to 4, there is no, so that is called basic exemption limit. So till 4 lakh, there is no tax for any person. Above that, there is slabs. So what is this 12 lakh? In our technical jargon, we call it rebate. A benefit given to a person who is not earning much amount. That's why it is called middle class co benefit. If you remember the lines, middle class get benefited. So this 12 lakh is a middle class person's income. If you're earning above 12 lakh, we assume you pay the tax from 4 to 12 as well. I hope I'm clear on this particular point, because this is the major, what we say, people are misunderstanding this statement of 12 lakh no tax, because everybody's campaigning on this line, 12 lakh no tax. So it's not 12 lakh no tax. It's like, if your income is stick to 12 lakh, below 12 lakh, there is no tax. Above 12 lakh, there is tax. Now, coming to the second priority, how many of you earn an income from capital gain, from virtual digital assets, gamings, cryptos, share market, futures and options, or any kind of capital gain trading? If you are doing this, then even if your income is below 12 lakh, you have to pay the tax on this particular sides of income. For capital gain, you are supposed to pay tax of 10%, 20%, 30% if it is virtual digital asset. That is not covered into your 12 lakh. Now, this is a very important point to know, because once you are earning, if you're earning 8 lakhs, suppose I'm earning 8 lakh and I got a capital gain of 1 lakh rupees. Now, I'm not supposed to pay on this 8 lakh, but I'm supposed to pay the tax on that 1 lakh rupees, which I've earned from capital gain. This again is a hidden PR. This is never being told by any houses. Now, so again, on 9 lakh, if you are supposed to pay the tax, if I am a chartered accountant, I'll call you Digvijay. You have to pay the tax. Now, Digvijay asking me questions. Pragya, how dare you? 12 lakh, no tax. 12 lakh, no tax. How are you asking me to pay tax? Why am I supposed to pay tax? I'm not prepared to pay tax. Till 12, I'm just filing my income tax return for a compliance perspective, being a good and nice citizen. I'm just filing the tax, but I'm not supposed to pay the tax. No, Digvijay. If you are a pro in capital gain, you have to pay tax even if you're earning below 12 lakh. So your special rate incomes are separately taxed. They'll not form the part of 12 lakh. So plan your capital gains in that way. There are few exemptions in capital gains as well, like long-term capital gain, you are exempted till 1 lakh and something. So you plan your taxes well in advance, your capital gains specifically. Even a single virtual digital asset amount will lead you to 30% taxation. Online gaming platforms will lead to taxation. And let me tell you, all your virtual digital assets, whatever you're trading cryptos and anything, whether you are playing online gaming through Dream 11 or any platform, every data is being collected by government and will be reported to pay the tax. So that's a basic difference between what we are reading, what we are interpreting, and what actually will come. And when will you get to know all this? When you'll file your return and you're supposed to pay the tax. At that moment, you'll start crying, no, I'm not able to understand. And that's why we kept this session specifically to explain these two major points. Rather than the whole budget, these 2 points which will affect each one of us sitting in the room, we need to understand. And we need to teach people who are not understanding. So if any questions on these two topics which I have all shared, these are very important. So if anybody has any doubts, yes, Digvijay, now you're audible.
Cool. So I have a question. I have heard that religious trusts are exempted from taxation. Am I correct?
Yes. So it's not
So,
religious trust. The word religious is not there. There is charitable trust. 12
okay.
and at ATG. That is trusts.
Okay. So why don't everyone create a trust and becomes a trustee in order to get tax benefits?
So very extremely nice question. And thankfully, I am working in a CA firm who is expert, who had an expertise in this trust cases. So let me tell you, these trust needs to be get registered into income tax, and every trust needs to be get registered. For getting a benefit of income tax, you need to be registered in the 12A, section 12A of income tax act. Believe me, it's the most difficult registration to get. It asks several questions, and it is given to the people who are working for charitable purposes. If you're getting an income for charitable purpose, you have to prove charitable purpose. You are supposed to be registered under different. So there is one Devsthan Vibhag in Rajasthan. For specifically for Rajasthan, you are supposed to be registered there first. Then you come to us, and in Devsthan, what happens is that, so if a temple is registered into Devsthan, or even a mosque, mosque ही बोलते हैं, mosque, church, or these are registered under Devsthan, because Devsthan means God's place. So you're supposed to be registered there. Even our charitable organization is supposed to be registered there. So every organization has to be registered there. Then they'll go to and apply to 12A. For 12A, you are supposed to work for charitable. So any trust, not every trust will get the benefit of 12A. Only the trust who are working for social welfare activities can get the benefit. And in this budget specifically, these were discussed because once this registration is given, it was earlier supposed to be for 5 years. So if suppose Digvijay runs a trust called Nitaya Kalyan for welfare of society, he has a registration approved for 12A. So what used to happen is after every 5 years, you are supposed to renew your, like we have to renew our passports and everything. The similar way you have to renew your 12A registrations. But now it is for less than 5 crore. If your receipts are less than 5 crores, then your registration will be valid for 10 years rather than for 5 years. Because it's very difficult to get renewed. You have to work very hard.
Okay, so I have one more question before we go ahead. I have also heard that if I donate some amount to such charitable trust, then I won't be taxed on that amount. Is this correct?
So it's half correct because it's only 50%. 50% of your donation, what you pay, you'll get the benefit. So now, for that purpose, the trust should be registered under Section 80G. Now, 12A is for not. So if Nitaya Kalyan is a 12A registered organization, then Nitaya Kalyan is not to be taxed. But if now they want to give benefit to the donee who is giving me donor who is giving me donation. Now, suppose Digvijay gave me a 1 lakh rupees and now Digvijay wants a benefit. So I have to be registered. Nitaya Kalyan has to be registered under Section 80G as well. You know, under 80G, if Nitaya Kalyan is registered, so if Digvijay gave me 1 lakh rupees, so in his income, 50% of that income, 1 lakh, will be a deduction. So 50,000 will be a deduction. But that deduction is not under new regime. If you opt for a new regime, you will not get the benefit of donating to a charitable organization. Now you'll ask me, then people are getting the donation benefits. So what donation? Political donation. So if you are giving donation to a political party, that is another section, that is 80GGC. Now, if forget about sections, just think if you give it donation to a political party, you'll get 100%. So if you give it to Nitaya Kalyan, it's 50%. You'll get 50% benefit in your income tax, 1,50,000. Now, suppose Anshum runs a political party. I don't know what name she'll give her political party. Suppose she gave the same name, Nitaya. Nitaya is a political party. Now you gave a donation of 1 lakh to Nitaya, a political party. You'll get a 1 lakh rupees benefit. So this political party donation is applicable in both the new scheme or old scheme. This 12 lakh was a new scheme benefit. Old scheme is similar to, so you have to opt for a new scheme or old scheme. So this 12 lakh is for new scheme and you'll not get the benefit of ETG. And to add on your one MCQ question which you have quoted, that standard deduction is not part of that 12 lakh. Standard deduction is an add-on to 12 lakh. So you'll get a 12 lakh 75,000 if you are a salaried individual. And they have plus one more benefit to salaried individual. There is a section related to pension, this PF fund specifically. There is some rules and guidelines for that PF fund. So if you invest in that PF fund as well, you'll get a benefit. If your employer writes it that yes, we are investing in that particular kind of PF fund, so you'll get an add-on benefit of 50,000 or something in that way. Any questions? So let's move forward. Now, sometimes what happens is, I don't know how many of you understand this concept, but this is also important for us as an individual, because maybe you, your family, or your relative is doing this. So if you're paying a rent above 50,000, you're supposed to be deduct TDS. So earlier there were different slabs. Now there is a different slab. So now so earlier it was holistically a whole year, complete year. If you pay a TDS of 2,40,000, then rent 2,40,000, you're supposed to deduct a TDS. Now it's now limited to 50,000 per month. So if you are paying above 50,000 per month, then you have to pay the TDS. So that's a slight more perspective from as an individual. So even if you are keeping someone on rent, remember this line that don't keep more than 50,000, keep it 49,000, or if you keep 50,000 above, there will be TDS deduction. So this is another important. Apart from them, I personally like this Kisan credit card scheme, which earlier used to be till 3 lakh rupees. Now the amount has extended to 5 lakh rupees for a Kisan to get the loan. So that's an amazing initiative. There are few initiatives related to setting up of technology, Atal Tinkering Lab, and all those things. I have seen one of our client is a school, and they got the benefit of Atal Tinkering Lab. They get the benefit from government to establish the labs, and it has been more announced that they'll bring more Atal Tinkering Labs and this AI and all infrastructure and everything. There are more topics in this year's budget, mostly on income tax perspective. There are new income tax act is also coming up that is being called as income tax code, which you will be hearing a lot from tomorrow because on 7th February it is going to announce. So let me tell you what a code means. When act, rules, regulations, and notifications. So what how in act any act in India works is we have act, we have rules, then we have notifications. Like every time an amendment comes through notifications, then there are circulars ki department, how will department handle this working. So when everything is combined, we call it a code. So now, because Income Tax Act is a 1961's act and it's being evolved a lot through notifications and everything. So to simplify it for the individuals, this code has been created for the benefit of individuals to make it more simplified. That's basically I wanted to cover this only. I don't want to go into deep about any other specific exemptions and deductions in which we as an individual will not get affected. Most of the are for business perspectives. So any further questions or any expectations ahead, we can cover all those things as well. But I think that's too much for us as an individual. But if you want, I can cover it.
Hi, Vikas. Do you have any question? And here I have Soumya. So, Pragya, I wanted to ask. I tried to research. I did not find the exact data, but is it true that most of the maximum amount, the percentage of fund every year goes in in loan repayment of World Bank and international other World Bank and IMF and all that? Is it true?
So honestly speaking, I don't have exact answer for this question particularly. But what I understand is yes, because there is always a deficit budget we have. So it might be a case, but I can't give you a exact answer because every time we have a deficit budget. Now, if you don't have an amount, you have to get it repaid through all those loans and everything. Because yes, we had a huge amount of loan and everything, and now we are coming. It's not that easy. Every country has loans, so it's like everybody pays to this and there. This happens.
Cool. So I think we can have one more session some other day so that we can understand the financial jargons which you have used that just bounced over my head. I could not understand, but it is quite uh, frequent whenever we read or go across any financial news. But it is not so easy for the people who are not from financial background. Yeah, and Pragya, I would suggest you to use the tablet in order to you can highlight the things you talked about this amount would be taxed this much and all that. You can create charts like that so that people will
Ah,
be able to understand better. So it's
Honestly, I'm attending AI class these days. So from today onwards, I have started. So I today I learned Gamma. I learned this multiple chatbots. How to get multiple. I learned how to make your own chatbot. I learned Chat GPT, how customized Chat GPT can be, and there are 7 or 8 tools I learned today. So I'm let's keep these kinds of sessions. Now, if we can, let's keep the time to 9 p.m. This 7 p.m. is not working for anyone.
okay. So that would be great if we have at least one session per week, at least. One
We can keep
that would
educational
be
session. Discussions, if okay, we'll keep 10 minutes for discussion and 30 minutes or 20 minutes for our educational session, so
yeah.
that
That.
we also can practice. Huh?
Hi, Bhikkhu sir. Do you have any suggestions? You have already suggested earlier, and this name is very ugly. Sorry to say. So, would you like to share your thoughts? Do you have anything to suggest? Actually, let me introduce once again. He's my very Maverick is also quite suitable to you. So, he's the genius I know personally, and he has attended that is I just forgot the name, but it is economics related exam 2 3 times as per my knowledge. So he is very well versed in economics as well. But the thing is that he is learning how to express. But whenever it comes to chat, he's a Shakespeare, as I have already said. So, Vikas, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Vikas, and currently I'm working in Postal Department of Government of India, and uh, currently I'm serving as sub-divisional head in Odisha Circle, Postal Circle, and earlier it used to be very intriguing that you guys held these kind of meetings every week and some days after. But right now, for I think for a few months now, it's been quite I think quite a lot of time since we guys gathered for this meeting. So, hearing from Pragya about budget, it was very nice and very uh, knowledgeable. She is very knowledgeable in terms of economics and related stuffs. So, the session was very insightful, and I hope uh, uh, this process continues. Uh, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vikas. And hopefully, you would also come up with some new ideas to share with us. It would be great. And at last, I would also clap for Soumya since you have joined us for the first time, and hopefully, you would be joining us in our further sessions as well. And you would also be sharing whatever comes to your mind. So that's from my side. Anything, Pragya or Anshu, would you like to add? Yeah, Soumya, you can say anything, even in Hindi, it would be great.
And it, all the credit goes to Digvijay. Honestly, I was like, last two, I don't know, one budget session we have done once as well, and we did one finance session as well. So I just thought, let's, because I was getting messages from people that this 12 lakh, yeah, 12 lakh zero tax, 12 lakh zero tax, then why there is a slab. I thought, let's have a session on this at Nitaya as well. So I just posted to Digvijay, and at the very moment Digvijay said, yes, we'll do it. We'll do it in 2 days so that everybody gets a time to come at on everything. And I was like, okay, fine, done. And today I saw the messages which Digvijay prompted, and these were so genuine questions. And even I was like, yeah. So this made me believe. So when you get an idea and you get a yes, that's a perfect combination. So that's yes is Digvijay, which always is there to say that yes in Nitaya. Whenever we look for anything, any creatives or anything, we get his 200% support, and that's what
Sorry
brings
to
this.
interrupt, but you were the initiator, and that's what I followed. So any initiative from your side would always be welcome. Uh, and thank you, people, for joining in and making it successful. Hopefully, next time more people would be joining. So let's end the session and let's meet in our upcoming session.
Bye bye, everyone.
People.
Yes. Bye.